first animal that I ever fostered was a cat named Oreo. She was about a year old and I fostered her for about a month. Oreo had a severe eye infection that the shelter environment did not allow to heal. So by giving her time to heal in my own home, she was able to be adopted by a student that absolutely adores her. Ever since Oreo, I have been hooked on fostering animals and I have been a foster mom or parent for about 10 months now. The most common response that I hear from people after I tell them that I am a foster mom is, "Oh, that's way too hard. I don't understand how you could do that. I can never do something like that." Today, I would like to dispel the most common myths that I hear from people when I tell them that I am a foster parent, and I would like to encourage all of you to open your homes to animals that desperately need your help. So myth number one, it's expensive. Since Oreo, I have fostered 2 dogs. Emma was adopted in May, and Walter is my current foster dog. Never once have I had to pay for food, toys, or any kind of medical care, and I have fostered each animal through a different rescue. They were all the same. About 3 months ago, I realized that something was wrong with Walter's teeth, and upon a further inspection in the veterinary's office, they realized that one of his teeth actually needed to be removed. Now, this is a $500 operation, and the rescue covered all of it. Even when the vet realized that he needed not 1 tooth pulled, but 6, I did not have to pay a dime. So this brings me to myth number 2. If myth number 1 is false, then fostering must be difficult, right? Owning and training any kind of animal is difficult. Unfortunately, foster pets are no different. Emma was a 4-year-old, 50-pound pit bull mix who had never lived in a home before. When I tell you that there was an adjustment period, the first week of fostering her was probably the most stressful week of my life. She was a nightmare. But would I do it all over again? In a heartbeat. Because Emma is a pit bull mix, she's statistically less likely to be adopted in a shelter, and if her shelter was a kill shelter, she would be statistically more likely to be put on the euthanasia list because of this. Fostering Emma allowed me to teach her the basic skills that made her more appealing to adopters and ultimately led her to finding her forever home. So ultimately, this leads to myth number 3. It's heartbreaking to have them adopted. There is no way around this one. This myth is actually true. I cried after Oreo was adopted after 3 weeks. I cried after Emma was adopted after a month. And I will most certainly cry when my foster Walter will be adopted because we are currently going on 7 months of him being in my home. It's impossible not to get attached to these sweet souls as they live with you, but it kind of helps to keep the big picture in mind. When you foster a dog or a cat, you are actually saving 2 lives. The first is the animal that you are allowing into your home because you are letting them develop and flourish outside of the shelter environment. The second life is one that people often forget about. It belongs to the animal that can take your foster's place in the shelter because now their kennel is open. So to conclude, fostering is inexpensive, sometimes difficult, and ultimately always heartbreaking. However, it is the most rewarding job that I have ever had the pleasure of experiencing. And I would like to encourage all of you to open your hearts and homes for an animal in need by becoming a foster parent. Thank you.